Okay, so this is the long and the short pattern for the C. This is actually playable on the fretboard. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root, 2, 3, 4. Now we can either go 5, 6, 7, okay, and then root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have too many notes because we did it from a ladder. But that's the adjustment we would make when we go through the tuning third. Other than that, everything goes back to a P4 tuning. So this is just a big, long, P4 pattern. And it's these patterns we have to know. And once you identify and give a name to them, let's say we're going to call this one the S3D, we're going to call that one the S2C, we're going to call this one the S5G, which is just 5 strings from the G. So you know you're in the G box, so in the key of C you're in the G-shaped C. You're going to have 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this 7 root 2 goes over 1, it's just the way it works. And we have to bring this one up 1/2 step. And it's just a repeat of the bottom string would sit on top of that C string shape. So what are we looking at? We name this an S5G. We'll name this an S3D. We'll name this one an S3XL, and this is an S4E. It's just the fourth of E is an F. It's C encaged, because you go into your F, the fourth of C, the fourth of the E shape. Okay, rather the fifth of the E shape is the C shape. The fifth of the C shape is G shape. My bad there. And the fifth of the G shape is the D shape. So we've named these things. Now what do we do? What I did was then I started to substitute these names. Now this isn't a fourth, fifth substitution like in music. Okay, it's like just substituting this label onto the fretboard. And I came up with these charts here, up here, where the C box would start as part of an S4L and all that stuff. If I wanted to do it as part of an S4L, but really I'd rather do it as an S2C and then an S3D there, and then just a C shape sitting on top. So you could, however you do them, but it really helps. Like for instance, in the long pattern, in the A, you can play the entire long pattern. You can play that whole S3XL. It defines that A shape. And in the G pattern, I didn't write it here, but you can play the S5G there. It's written down here. So it's just the G pattern is just an S5G with a S1G on top, because the S5G is a 5-string pattern. Okay, so that's how I first started doing them. Let's advance from there. So here's an interesting one. This middle part, it doesn't even look like a fretboard, but it is. Because I decided I didn't want all the extraneous notes. Notice we have a straight column here of all the same notes. 3 to 3, that's a fretboard. This is a fretboard, believe it or not. And then 3 to 3, 3 to 3. So these are how my charts are lined up when I want to do multiple labels, where this label would also cover this fretboard if I needed to see it as a reference. So everything had to be lined up more or less. Don't worry about the modals here. The modal 4/5 root 4/5s. Okay, this is just, for instance, in D it would be 2 minor, 5 major, 6 minor. As opposed to in the E long pattern, it would be 1 major, 4 major, 5 major. Okay, so that's all that is. Here's our patterns again. S3AXL is 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it starts on the A. It's 3 strings, that's 3, and it's extra long. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in the C box here, here's your C cross G. C shape root, E shape 4th, G shape 5th. C shape C, E shaped F, G shape G. Okay, we have the S3C. Keep it simple, right? Here's C, go up 3 strings. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root for the G, 2, 3, 4. That's an S3C. And then from there we can go into a long pattern. 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But notice the top 2 strings of that long pattern, that S3AXL, were moved up 1 fret to maintain P4 tuning of the pattern. So it's like a modulation. It modulates, the tuning third modulates the pattern. It kind of warps it. So just looking at it, here, let's see what's going on up here. Okay, this is just a circle of trimodal fifths. So the thing about the trimodal is it's more than just caged. It's more than just C, A, G, E, and D. Okay, it also has the long C, the 4C pattern, 4, 5, 6, and it has the root 2, 3 pattern. Okay, it has the long A pattern there. So that's nice. So you can start a cage off of any note. So if I look at this F here, okay, what is F the third of? F is the third of D flat. So if we look at a D flat scale, okay, F is the third of D flat. Here's the D flat scale. D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, and D flat. F the third of D flat. F is the second of E flat. F is the root of its own chord. And it's the 7th of G flat. Okay, it's the 6th of A flat. Alright, it's the 5th of B flat. Okay, and it is the 4th of C, of the key of C, and it's the 3rd of the key of C sharp or D flat. So that F could be anything. So what do we want to make it? The 3rd? You want to make it the 3rd of something? Then we're going to play. Which scale are we going to play? If we want to make the F the 3rd of something, which scale are we going to play? We're going to play the Phrygian. 3, 4, 5. So there, we would go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. And here we have, this would be 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. We have A flat is the 5th of D flat, because if F's the 3rd, because F is the 3rd of D flat. That even threw me. So, we could make this F anything. What if we want to make this F the 4th? It's the 4th of C, right? Then we would play the 4C long pattern starting there. And we'd simply go up 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, what is this pattern that I'm doing? I'll show you. Okay, right here on one of these charts here, somewhere in Chartland, we have the major diatonic